The Gauteng Provincial government has provided assurance that its financial position remains secure despite reports of possible bankruptcy. Gauteng Finance MEC Lebogang Maile says there's still over 53 billion rand available to be spent until the end of March this year. Maile has reiterated that the e-toll debt will have a significant impact on the fiscus, or the provincial fiscus that is, however adds that reforms are underway to meet spending obligations. SABC News Economics reporter Nosipho Radebe has the details for us.
The Gauteng Provincial government has reassured that it's not facing possible bankruptcy in this current financial year. Finance MEC Lebogang Maile has reiterated, however, as he did in his provincial budget adjustment, that the e-toll debt will have an impact on the provincial fiscus. But I am turning now to the MEC just for an understanding of what we can expect then in terms of those reforms that will need to take place as a result of that e-toll debt. MEC, thank you so much for your time today. MEC, in your presentation today, you reiterated, as I mentioned, that the e-toll debt will weigh quite heavily on the provincial fiscus. Talk to us about the plans going forward around e-tolls.
Thank you very much. Indeed, the e-tolls debt is huge. It's about 20.1 billion. About 12.9 billion of that is the historic debt, and then we've got about 4.1 billion for maintenance and another 3+ billion which is interest. So all in all it's about 20.1 billion. I think what make matters worse is that there are other pressures, and it's not just e-tolls. The equitable share at the national level, as you know, has shrunk because the economy has not been doing well, and as a province we've got 3 sources of funding. It's equitable share, which comes national, so once it's cut it has an implication on ours. We also look at conditional grants, and conditional grants also come from national, and some of the conditional grants have been cut, so there's an impact there. And then we look at our own revenue. Our own revenue will also have limitations because it's only 5% of our budget, and that's why we are looking at how we can increase it and make sure that we are able to raise significant amount on our own to be able to mitigate these other challenges. But having said that, we can assure the public that services like health services like education, social development, and all other important services are not going to be affected. It only means that we've got limited resources, but our problems are becoming bigger every day. For instance, we've got about 50,000 kids coming every year looking for new schools, looking for space in schools. You've got about 230,000 people coming to the province every year looking for various opportunities and all that. And on the other side, our resources are not increasing. And that's what we are contending with, and we will be focusing our efforts in making sure that we increase our resources.
And talk to us about plans to stimulate economic growth, especially as we heard yesterday that ArcelorMittal, their long steel business, that would be winding down, and that has a potential impact on jobs. And we know the Vaal area is experiencing quite high unemployment there. So talk to us in that context around plans to stimulate economic growth.
Well, firstly, I think it's unfortunate and it's sad that there's going to be retrenchments, and we want to convey a message of solidarity with those workers, and also commit that we will work hard to engage with ArcelorMittal, work with the private sector. We have already said that we will be having an investment conference now in February to, amongst other things, deal with the attraction of investors. We want to thank and commend the Minister of Energy with Eskom for the work that they've done in bringing about stability in the grid. It goes a long way in helping us to revive the economy and build the economy, but also in attracting investors. And we also want to thank the Minister of Water and Sanitation for the good work she's doing in working with our Premier and the mayors and in our municipalities in making sure that we also attend to the challenges that we are facing. And of course, we will be continuing to invest even in other infrastructure, like roads infrastructure, which is important for economic growth. We will continue to invest in small, medium enterprises. We will continue to make more interventions in townships through our township economy revitalization program, because we believe there's huge potential there. There are a lot of economic activities taking place, but one of the weaknesses is that there is no production, because as you know, the economy is about three things: production, consumption, circulation of money, amongst other things. And in the townships, there's a lot of consumption, but money is also not circulating. It's leaving the shores of the townships. And we think that if we can focus on bolstering the productive capacity of the townships, we will be able to create more opportunities for a lot of entrepreneurs who can be able to create jobs. And of course, for us to do that, we must invest in infrastructure there, like water, like electricity, like roads, like industrial parks. So we will unveil a comprehensive economic development plan, and the Premier will be speaking now in February as well about some of these other things that we'll be doing as a provincial government.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, MEC, for your time. That was Gauteng Finance MEC Lebogang Maile, just reflecting there on the impact that the e-toll debt will have on the provincial fiscus, as well as reflecting on the potential job losses at Osilometal, what that will have on the provincial jobs there. Nosipho Radebe, SABC News, Johannesburg.